then now it takes us to what does filmmaking really entail?
Oh, okay. So what does film entails is I believe this could be best question for people who are interested in joining the industry. Well,
That's why we are sharing this.
oh yeah, because if you're interested in joining the industry, then you are rest assured you're going to have sleepless nights. You are never going to have a perfect weekend, and you're going to miss some family get-togethers because your schedule doesn't follow anyone else's schedule. You're going to shout at people so that they keep quiet at times because you want silence. So what it entails is mainly, this is not, people often in life are told, oh, go and do engineering, or go and become a teacher, it's fun, you'll earn a living. Film, it's possible to earn a living, all right. In Uganda at the moment, it's still tough, but part of the world, even in America, no matter how successful the industry is, for you to earn to put a dent in the industry, you spend some months sleeping on the streets and stuff like that. So you are guaranteed to know in our industry, you can earn a living, but at the same time, it's quite dangerous for you to jump into it without a fallback plan. So that is, first of all, to put that into context. But also to add on that, now when you're in the industry, what it takes for us to actually make a project means you need an army of people who believe in your project as well. There's a saying that in our industry, when you are not experienced enough, make sure you hire a team of people who are way more experienced than you. So you have to always have people on your team who are smarter than you, because then they will always make the right decisions before. Because for us in the film industry, you plan 99% of the time and you cut once. The moment we start production in film is a phase where now the whole crew cast, all the cars, the meals, everything is now expected. We break down production into 3. Pre-production is where you can deal with the researcher and you do the casting, and there you don't really need a lot of people, so your expenses are low. But the moment you set a date and say we're going to start making this film on this date, all the potential problems that could have happened after you start date you must know that they're going to happen. So you have to plan for those problems. Don't plan on filming near primary school because you went to do location wrecking, and when you went there a week ago, you did notice the sign of the primary school nearby, and you got a location and said, we're going to film here, this is okay. Then 2 weeks down the road, school opens, you come back to the same location, and there's a beehive of kids like screaming and shouting in the neighborhood. You can't film. Or surprisingly, this has happened to us before, where you come and get a location, but there are some locations, if you're filming in Entebbe or some parts of Munyonyo, Muyenga side, where if you're filming and a plane, there's a route, and that's where all the planes going to the airport, they line up to start descending. So when you get a house just under that lane, planes alone can ruin your day. And every time you're about to do something, pause for plane, let's. So our industry, the question of what it entails to do film is quite broad. So before we go into production, we need to have a plan. I've noticed so many times I have friends who have made films, and most of the times one day they're there, it feels like they were there chilling. They're like, I think we can make a movie. We have some friends, okay, we're bored, okay, what do we do? Let's bring our camera. You have a camera, let's go, film. Come guys, let's film, okay, action. Without a plan, without a script. Then a few weeks down the road, they have a project together, and it's not professional, I'd say, but they have something. That is a good step. But down the road, when you want to actually earn a living in this industry, that's when we start asking the questions of who's the financer? What is the market? Where's the product going to be sold? And is there, do we have access to this market? Do we have the numbers and know how much we're going to earn back? And is it profitable for the funder? So what it entails is, before you go into film as a business, you have to first know where you're going to sell what you're making, so that you can easily reach a funder who has the money, and you already have a plan of how to spend that money. And that expenditure will also promote the film. You'll be able to have people who will buy the film, and then you'll pay back. It's a circle. The moment anything in between that circle breaks it down, you won't have a profitable industry. And that's one of the things that has really kept us back as an industry in the region, because other countries like Tanzania have really mastered their distribution, because they make Kiswahili, they have that type of film that they make. They're strong in Kiswahili vibe, and they promote it and sell it amongst themselves. Kenya, they did the same, but for them, some of their films have gone to festivals and down to DSTV. Uganda, we're still there with Pearl Magic, but there's more to be desired in terms of quality, but at least it's a step in the right direction. So that is for the financial aspect. Another thing is the skill. For you to be able to have a professional project, you have to have skill on your project. You have to have professional makeup artists, you have to have location scouts, you have to have producers, you have to have directors of photography, you have to have script supervisors, you have to have a script writer, you have a director, basically it's a whole team. And even if you wake up today and you have $1 million in your pocket and you've never done a single film in your life, and you bring people who are worth that much, you will be standing by the Oscars, winning an Oscar by the end of next year, if you have a good team. The only problem is sometimes we don't have our industry is based on connections. So you have to have connections. And now that's one of the things I would advise anyone who wants to enter the industry is, before you go with a bag of money and look for any first filmmaker you meet and say, here you go, I have 50 million shillings, I want us to make a movie. No one will ever say no to a bag of 50 million shillings. But it's up to you to be wiser and working with people who are going to make that 50 million shillings 100 million shillings. Now that's where it becomes, so you have to do your research to be able to get the right team that has the right experience to be able to make professional projects. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mr. Davidson, for explaining to us what really filmmaking entails. And like you've said, there's so many things that are in the line that entail that once you need to make a film, so many items or so many things that you need to look at. Yes. But for now, our viewers will only share with them just the two you've mentioned right now, which is skill and finances. Skill here is bracketed with people, with a team that are going to help you run this, that, for you to be able to make up a very good and selling film. And then finances, of course, these finances are the ones that will run the team.
Yes.
So thank you very much for explaining that to us. I hope our viewers really get to it, and they'll make research and find more things too.